Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to do a video following my last video. Things have been really bad for me, which is really hard for me to say because my life is where I want it to be. I'm happy, I'm generally happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I've got an amazing boyfriend. I've got his two amazing little boys, and I've got my beautiful little girl, Jayla. I share everything with everyone and trying to find a reason why this happens to me, why it tries to control me. And today's another bad day. Again. There's a lot to update on. I went to my mum's last week, which is the last video that you would have seen about my anxiety, and I got my mum to pick me up and I freaked out in the car. I didn't want to go with her, even though I did, because she's my mum and I feel totally safe with mum. I was in the car and I just started freaking out. I just started freaking way out. I wanted to literally jump out of the car, not to kill myself or anything, but just to get away from it. I didn't want to be in the car. It was the first time that it scared me. I'm a really strong person, and I push and I push and I push through everything. Sometimes things happen, and I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to control this anxiety, what measures and what steps I need to take. And I've taken those steps. So I went to my mum's, I went to the doctors, and they gave me Valium, diazepam to help calm me. Now I've had the full box for days. I have only used one tablet and I've had half and then half, so days apart. Because they're highly addictive, and I wouldn't recommend them for anyone unless you totally need them. It takes the edge off, but it doesn't. I'm still panicking, I'm still anxious. I was prescribed to take 2 in the morning and 2 at night, and I've only taken half a tablet on 2 of the days. I've had them for 5 days, or over 5 days. But yeah, so I'm just afraid to take them, so I got prescribed them, and then I had the Implanon removed because the Implanon is hormonal, and anxiety can be increased if you have hormonal problems or are on a contraception which are changing your hormones. So I had the Implanon removed. I've got 1 stitch in there because it was very hard to get out. I had that removed, and yeah. So anyway, I'm like, I can't even think straight. This consumes my whole life, and I'm not going to let it, like I said a million times. So today I spent an hour on the phone to mental health, trying to find someone that will listen to me and help me and give me the steps that I need to take to get things better. If you don't understand anxiety or depression, I don't suffer depression. But with anxiety, yes, I've suffered depression in the past. I know the symptoms. I'm not depressed. It's just purely anxiety. With anxiety, usually it's triggered off by traumatic events. There's a lot of things that I haven't dealt with that have happened in my life. There's a lot of things that I've blocked out and have come up the last few weeks because I've been forced to talk about them. And it's something that subconsciously, when you're happy in life and it's always the way, they come up and creep up and come out. So manifest into anxiety, I suppose. I won't go into the details of what actually triggered it off because that's an ongoing thing, and I don't wish to discuss that with everyone because it's there's 2 parties to it, so I don't wish to do that. I'm very supported. I've got Darren, and I've got the kids, and I've got my mum and my sister Emily that are very supportive. But yeah, so I've got all that, but I'm trying to just one day at a time. I was told by the lady on the phone this morning, don't push yourself to do stuff. Like, you think that you're doing yourself good by exposure therapy, by pushing yourself to go out in the car and do things while you're anxious. In fact, I'm making it worse because that's a bad experience. Going out in the car and being anxious is a bad experience, which anxiety is like a roller, like it just goes around. You have an anxiety attack, then you're fearful of having an anxiety attack, so then you have another anxiety attack, and then you're fearful of having an anxiety attack because like that one, and then when you go out to places you're fearful of that anxiety attack, so you're fearful of anxiety, and it just goes around and round. I'm taking the steps to get better, so if you see me around, or if you want me to go out somewhere, or you want me to come visit and I can't or I don't get angry, because I need to work on myself. I'm living an amazing life, and that's the most upsetting thing about it, is that I've got not a worry in the world in my life. But this one thing called anxiety is destroying that. I keep on keeping on. Yeah. So anyway, guys, if any of you suffer similar stuff or have any tips for me, please share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next vlog. See you guys.